As your GMAT score in quant has stagnated, how much practice you do doesn't matter. Every time you get the similar accuracy, sometimes it's 60%, sometimes it's 70%. And every time, when you get that kind of accuracy, you ask yourself, what should I do now? You have been practicing, and whenever you get this kind of accuracy, and you always reach one conclusion: I need to do more. I need to do more practice. I need to solve more questions. But more questions you solve, more practice you do, more stagnant you get. This is a very common phenomena for most of the students who have been preparing for GMAT. One way to get out of it, to break this stagnation, is reduce the amount of practice and treat your quant section as your verbal section. So if you can understand, verbal section is based on understanding. So if you're doing good in verbal, the one thing is for sure that whatever you're reading, you're understanding that. Apply the same thing in quant. Because if you can understand in quant, GMAT doesn't give you a lot of difficult questions or difficult concepts or difficult calculations. The major focus is the language in GMAT Quant. So today morning I was just discussing a few questions with one of my students. So I gave her a homework and the topic was percentages. So she could solve around again the 60-70% questions, and in the remaining 20-30% questions she was struggling. So she said that, I cannot solve this question. So I said, do one thing, why don't you just explain me whatever you are reading. So she started reading the question and then she just started explaining, and I said, you just start solving it as you understand. So step by step she was reading, because she has a habit of reading the entire question in one go. So I said, why don't you just read one sentence, understand its meaning, then you read the second sentence, understand its meaning, and slow down. No need to rush, because there's a rush, we just read everything in one go. So she started just reading one sentence. I said, whatever you're understanding, can you just put that on paper? So step by step she was putting on the paper. So by the time she was done with reading the question, she could understand what she has to find. This is the same question which she could not solve yesterday, but now she could solve it. I just helped in telling her, slow down. I didn't explain the question or how to solve the question. So if you can understand, the main problem was she's not focusing on the question. So if you have, score has stagnated, if your accuracy has stagnated in GMAT quant section, focus on spending more time with the question, understanding what exactly you need to find. Because that is the major problem with most of the students. They don't spend a lot of time with the question. They're more interested in, getting out of the question or quickly solve the question. So focus on understanding the question. Try this out and you will automatically see that your accuracy is hitting around 90-95% without increasing the knowledge, without increasing the amount of questions you are solving, without increasing the amount of practice you do. Try this and see if it helps you to get to a better accuracy in quant. Thank you.